Hey everyone. So last time I jumped on, I talked briefly about my process of writing and what that looked like. And not long after, on my social media, I got a message from a friend saying I would love to write a book, but I'm not very good at coming up with ideas. I'm not very creative. That comment just struck such a nerve with me, and I've got to talk about that because I have made that statement so many times. I'm not very creative. And it always came in moments where I was just frustrated because the ideas just weren't coming as quickly as I wanted them to, or I was stuck in the middle of the story and didn't know where it was going. So I would just lapse into this fit. I'm just not very creative. And what I was really saying on the inside was, I'm not good enough to do this. And I had to change my thinking. It wasn't that I wasn't good enough. I was really just trying to draw from the wrong sources. I was trying to draw out of thin air instead of looking at my own life and writing what I knew. So I started thinking about the most interesting people in my life. I started thinking about people that I love the most. And I started thinking about the people who irritate me the most. Places I've been, situations I've been in, and started writing out those details. And then after a while, those places, people, experiences, I started taking pieces, just pieces out of those things, and I brought them together to create a unique story. And that's actually a good idea if you're wanting to write a story and you're not really sure where to go. Think about the most interesting person you ever knew. Write the details about that person. Think about the worst person you ever knew and write the details about that person. I promise you, the worst person you have ever known can make the most interesting character in your book. Start writing details about places you've been, situations you've been in, or even situations you know of. And then come back to that list a couple days later, and I promise there's a story in there. Just start pulling out those pieces. You don't have to write about the situation or that person in their totality, but just pull those interesting pieces out of it, and you can bring those things together to create a wholly unique story. So I just want to encourage anybody who is a little stuck in the writing or not quite sure where to go. We're not going to say that we're not creative anymore. It's just not true. We're going to take a couple days off of writing. We need to give our brains a break sometime. Then we're going to come back and we're going to make that list of the things, places, and people, situations that we know, and write it out in detail, each one. And then start pulling from what you know to build and create that story. I hope everybody is in safe and warm tonight. If you're like me in Ohio, you're freezing right now. But everybody continue to stay safe, be blessed, and I will see you next time. And like I always say, just keep writing.